Got her. Hashtag young gang.
Oh, that was a big one.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I got you, though.
I know.
All right. So are you ready to learn about the Bible today there, hun?
I'm ready. Are we back to our regular roles?
We are.
Okay.
Yeah. So today, I don't know if you know this, but we're going to be learning about Jesus.
What? But we're in the Old Testament.
I know.
Jesus
it's weird, huh?
I mean, I guess. Yeah.
Jesus is definitely in the Old Testament.
Okay.
At least, what people eventually interpreted to be Jesus
Mm-hmm.
and then wrote stories about
Right.
and believed in.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's in the Old Testament.
Yeah. And then still use apologetics for today.
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh.
Even atheists do. So, last time on the Daily Bible Podcast, we were talking with Haggai, and Haggai was passing notes for Yahweh to two prophets during class, but they got in trouble with the teacher, who was also God. So, that kind of sucks. Anyways, 2 months after their ISS, in school suspension, I guess, after Haggai's prophecy and all this other stuff, Zechariah gets a call from God about a one-night stand they both had together. Boy, was it a wild night. Imagine if The Hangover, but God and Zechariah.
This is not what we talked about.
Are you sure?
Yeah, pretty sure.
I mean, I don't know. We'll find out. So, anyways, God beams a whole bunch of graphic stuff about a red horse and it kind of getting naughty with an angel.
What?
That's how their night starts off. A horse show.
Is it?
It is. So anyways, the angel is riding the horse in more ways than one. And he starts talking to Zechariah. It's an uncomfortable situation, but apparently there were a lot of horses around. And apparently these horses were supposed to travel the earth and do something for God. I don't know. They had a secret agenda. Some say these horses still ride on the plains.
What?
Yep. So God, though, relays to the angel, who then relays to Zechariah, because that's how communication works, apparently. God is apparently very jealous of the other nations because they feel safe, and that just doesn't jive with God.
Yeah.
God don't like it. So God wants to punish them for feeling safe.
That's weird.
I know, right? It seems a little awkward. But God tells the angel, who then tells Zechariah that he is going to be returning to Jerusalem and God will be walking with the people. What if God was one of us? Just a slob like one of us. Pick up your broom, God. Fuck. Anyways. Enough of that. So anyways, that was the first vision. The red horses and the angel awkwardly relaying God's messages. So in the second vision, Zechariah looks up into the sky and sees 4 horns. And then the angel blasts all 4 horns, drops his pants, and screams, America! Fuck yeah! And then he destroys absolutely everything, foretelling America.
What? I'm pretty sure that's not in there.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly verbatim what we discussed earlier there, hun.
No.
So there's a third vision now. There's 8 altogether, so y'all buckle up. Zechariah looks up to see a guy measuring his member.
What?
To find the length and girth, but his member is tattooed with the word Israel on it. So he's like measuring Israel to see how big and wide it is, just to see if it'll fit.
Fit what?
That's what Zechariah asked, but nobody would answer him. Fit what?
It
God,
wasn't a vision, what? Zechariah. This is a nightmare.
So anyways, that angel that was relaying God's message for God leaves, and then another angel comes up. Okay, listen, he's totally drunk. He's had about 5 shots of whiskey at this point. He's just got the bottle in hand now because fuck the rest of the night, right? And so he tells Zechariah, because God is telling him this, passing notes basically, and says that Jerusalem will be without walls, but will also have walls. but walls made of fire. And then God's going to stick his glory in the city of Jerusalem amongst the fire. I don't know if I'd put my glory that close to fire, but okay.
I feel like there's an OSHA claim coming soon.
There ain't no OSHA in hell. I mean, it sounds like he's going to send Jerusalem to hell, right? There's going to be fire all around. I'm just going to shove my glory in there. Anyways, so God then tells Zechariah through the angel, I guess, that all the Israelites should come home just right now to the fiery city, I guess is the point there. God then tells the angel to tell Zechariah that, reminding him, I guess, saying yet again, that he will be living among the people. I think he's just a bum at this point. Like, I'm going to live amongst you. I'm not going to own anything. I'm just going to sleep on everybody else's beds until, I don't know, the end of time or something. I don't know. Who knows? So anyways, the fourth vision now. That was the end of the third vision. Now we got the fourth vision, the fourth event of the night. God shows Joshua, the high priest, or as we would know him in the Greek, Yeshua, the high priest. And then along with him is going to be also Jesus, or Yeshua, and Satan. Well, technically, what does he call him there? The Son of God?
The branch.
Oh, the branch?
Mm-hmm.
Still same. Joshua the high priest, and then there's also the Jesus branch person, along with Satan. And then God rebukes Satan. So basically, what that means is God comes up and backhands Satan and is like, get the fuck out of here, okay? I don't want to see your red ass face. He was probably, something to do with those red horses. Or those were red Satan horses is what they were. So anyways, Joshua, the high priest, was dressed in some really filthy fucking clothes. I mean, just imagine that he went rolling in the dirt and then he, went rolling in some mud and then came back to the dirt and rolled around in the dirt, and now he's just fucking filthy.
They hating.
Is this the musical Bible today?
I guess.
So anyways, they tell him to get naked. They're just like, you're goddamn filthy. Take those clothes off. Get buck ass naked. So he gets naked and they're like, oh shit, put these clothes back on. And then they give him new clothes, better clothes. And apparently this was about washing sin away or absolving sin or something like that, is what this whole thing's supposed to be about. So anyways, the angel of the Lord tells Joshua to behave and you'll be the fucking king. Hail to the king, baby. If y'all know Duke Nukem, I don't know if anybody's old enough for that here. Anyways, so that was the fourth vision. Fifth vision has the angel returning to ask Zechariah what in the fuck he saw. And Zechariah says that he saw a bunch of lamps and then 2 olive trees. And that's just a little confusing to me. Like, how you going to show somebody a vision and it's just a room full of lamps and then 2 awkwardly placed olive trees in that room too. So anyways, the angel asked, what the fuck? Zechariah didn't know, obviously. So they began discussing it at length. They began discussing laying the foundation of the temple, which was apparently analogous to having a bunch of lamps in your living room. And then there's 2 olive trees who are supposed to represent the anointed ones that will serve all the earth. We'll get into who those people are here. We're obviously going to have to actually do this shit today. There was a lot to go through.
You don't say.
Yeah. So, okay. That was the 5th vision. Here's the 6th vision. Zechariah apparently sees a flying scroll. And we're not talking about just like a normal scroll. We're talking about like a big fucking scroll. Like, this is basically like an area rug is what it was, but in a scroll form. Anyways, the angel told Zechariah that this is the curse that's going to befall the entire land. And there's going to be a bunch of people getting banished, as well as their houses are going to get firebombed. So, prepare for that shit. And that's the end of the 6th vision. So that was a pretty bleak one right there. Number 7, though, the 7th vision, a basket appears in front of them. Which is apparently representative of the iniquity of the people. And apparently this iniquity of the people is represented by a woman that is trapped in lead, like there's like a, I don't know, there's like a lead thing inside the basket that the woman's in. And so the angel sort of like pulls her out for a second. And it's like, see this? This is shit right here. And then puts her back in and slams the lead lid shut and like locks it with like a lock or something.
I don't think that's what we talked about.
I mean, I feel like it's pretty close. Anyways, two winged women come by and carry the lead encased basket up between heaven and earth. Yeah, it's just heaven and earth. I was thinking maybe it was between a couple levels of heaven, but nope, just heaven and earth. So it's just sitting like right there underneath the firmament, but high enough to where people can't get it, because apparently fuck that woman that's encased in lead. So that was the end of the seventh vision. Again, pretty bleak for that woman. The eighth vision, though, is quite telling. We're going back to Joshua or Yeshua.
Mm-hmm.
The word of the Lord, who, I mean, that would be like an angel delivering the word of the Lord kind of thing. Typically it's seen as the same like angel or figure as delivering like the word of the Lord, just cluing you into that right there. They said to go and steal a whole bunch of gold from everybody around them and turn it into a crown to put on Yeshua's head, on Joshua's head, Jesus's head. Yeshua will be the one to rebuild every fucking thing that God tore down in the first place, and he's going to sit on the throne, and he'll be a priest, and he'll also be a ruler.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys really need me to paint you a fucking billboard or carve it into stone like God did with the 10 Commandments, but it's Jesus Christ. And this will all happen if they behave. So just, fucking behave. The end. That was a good Bible study today. I'm glad that we were able to talk about Jesus some more.
We're not done.
What?
No.
I mean, I feel like I was pretty close on all of it.
I mean, you normally do feel that way.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Normally I'm right.
No.
What?
No, normally your summaries are highly entertaining.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And accurate.
No. Your summaries are entertaining. The Bible is not.
Oh, okay.
Generally. So we're gonna read through it.
Well, fuck. Okay. What's up, heathens? How y'all doing? So, obviously, I got some things wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how, but apparently, yeah, I mean, I'm a little confused.
Are you?
I mean, you described 8 fever dreams, and I feel like I captured the essence of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we'll have to compare it.
Yeah, we will. Are you ready to start?
Let's do it.
Okay. So, last time we had Haggai's prophecy, right? We had Haggai's the book of Haggai, and this week we're going to continue in Zechariah with his visions. Okay. And you know how last time, well, maybe you remember, maybe you don't, I don't know, but last time we had, it was like every month, something was going on, and it would be like this many weeks after the last one, or this many, in this month. So this in time is exactly 2 months after Haggai's last prophecy. Okay. But it's Zechariah this time. So we're going to pick up here. On the 24th day of the 11th month, the month of Shabbat, in the 2nd year of Darius, the word of the Lord came to the prophet Zechariah, son of Berechiah, the son of Iddo. During the night, I had a vision, and there before me, I don't know what the difference is during the night if you had a vision or a dream. Like, I don't know what the difference would be between a vision and a dream.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure either. It seems to blend together, doesn't it?
Yeah. And there before me was a man mounted on a red horse. He was standing among the myrtle trees in a ravine. Behind him were red, brown, and white horses. I asked, "What are these, my lord?" The angel who was talking with me answered, "I will show you what they are." Then the man standing among the myrtle trees explained, "They are the ones the Lord has sent to go throughout the earth." And they reported to the angel of the Lord who was standing among the myrtle trees, "We have gone throughout the earth and found the whole world at rest and at peace," which is weird for any time.
Yeah, I don't think that's really ever happened, but, we'll just let them think that.
Then the angel of the Lord said, "Lord Almighty, how long will you withhold mercy from Jerusalem and from the towns of Judah, which you have been angry with these 70 years? So the Lord spoke kind and comforting words to the angel who talked with me. Then the angel who was speaking to me said, proclaim this word. This is what the Lord Almighty says. I am very jealous for Jerusalem and Zion, and I am very angry with the nations that feel secure. These nations that feel secure are the ones who subjugated the Israelite people and basically destroyed all their towns. Yeah.
Right.
I was only a little angry, but they went too far with the punishment. Therefore, this is what the Lord says. I will return to Jerusalem with mercy, and there my house will be rebuilt. And the measuring line will be stretched out over Jerusalem, declares the Lord Almighty. Proclaim further, this is what the Lord Almighty says. My towns will again overflow with prosperity, and the Lord will again comfort Zion and choose Jerusalem. So that's the first vision, I guess. A lot of these kind of run together, but I think the point of this one is that though they've been gone, the Israelite people were scattered. Though they've been gone, God is going to be with them again in their homes. And I think it's interesting because he's like, they went too far with the punishment. He's mad at them. But like, God is the one who sent them after Jerusalem.
Right.
So you're mad at them because they did what you asked them to do. But apparently it was too far. Of course, if he was as vague with them as he is with everything else, I'm not surprised they didn't know how far was too far. So, okay, are you ready for the second one?
Yep.
Then I looked up, and this is Zechariah. Then I looked up, and there before me were 4 horns. I asked the angel who was speaking to me, what are these? He answered, these are the horns that scattered Judah, Israel, and Jerusalem.
I feel like these horns would be like those horns that I got playing on that Snoop Dogg thing, the meme horns. Like, America!
I don't know about that. Then the Lord showed me 4 craftsmen. I asked, what are these coming to do? He answered, these are the horns that scattered Judah so that no one could raise their head, but the craftsmen had come to terrify them and throw down these horns of the nations who lifted up their horns against the land of Judah to scatter its people, which is what God told them to do.
Yeah.
So that's the second vision. The third vision, more assurances are coming. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Then I looked up, and there before me was a man with a measuring line in his hand. I asked, where are you going? He answered me, to measure Jerusalem, to find out how wide and how long it is. The town.
Right. I mean, wouldn't that be something that's kind of known? Like, wouldn't city planners know that?
They should. My point is it's a town and not what you said.
Oh, yeah.
While the angel who was speaking to me was leaving, rude, another angel came to meet him and said to him, run, tell that young man, Jerusalem will be a city without walls because of the great number of people and animals in it. I myself will be a wall of fire around it, declares the Lord, and I will be its glory within. So the city can't have walls because of how many people and animals are there, but also the city will have walls of fire.
Yep.
That makes the kind of sense that doesn't.
I feel like walls of fire are not practical.
I agree. They're not practical at all. Okay, and then he continues, come, flee from the land of the north, declares the Lord, for I have scattered you to the 4 winds of heaven, declares the Lord. Come, Zion, escape you who live in daughter Babylon, for this is what the Lord Almighty says. After the glorious one has sent me against the nations that have plundered you, for whoever touches you touches the apple of his eye. I will surely raise my hand against them so that their slaves will plunder them. Then you will know that the Lord Almighty has sent me.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you couldn't have just fucking told us or something.
I mean, I don't know. He's the one that made him do it, and then he's going to have their slaves plunder them because they did it.
Yeah.
Anyway, he continues, shout and be glad, daughter Zion, for I am coming, and I will live among you, declares the Lord.
That sounds dirty. Watch out, I'm coming.
Many nations will be joined with the Lord in that day and will become my people. I will live among you, and you will know that the Lord Almighty has sent me to you. The Lord will inherit Judah as his portion in the Holy Land and will again choose Jerusalem. Be still before the Lord, all mankind, because he has roused himself from his holy dwelling. So God's up and at him.
Yeah, what was it? Somewhere else. It's foretold that Jesus will be named something specific, but he's not actually named this. The name essentially means God is with us.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it starts with an H or something. I don't know. Anyways, that was one of the predictive names of Jesus.
Hosea?
I don't think it was Hosea.
No, I can't remember what you're talking about.
Emmanuel.
No. Yeah, sorry, you said it started with an H, and I'm like, what do they call him?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I thought an H, but Emmanuel. That's in the Old Testament. It's like his name will be Emmanuel.
Yes, that is there. We've read that already.
Oh, well, yeah, we have.
Mm-hmm.
But my point is that there's a connection here with the phrase, God is with us.
Mm-hmm.
God will be with them or whatever. Like, I don't know. There's a connection there.
All right. Hosea is another prophet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you ready to continue? That was the end of the third not dwelling. I'm so sorry. The third vision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the fourth vision is the beginning of chapter 3. Then he showed me Joshua, the high priest, standing before the angel of the Lord and Satan. And there's a footnote here, which I find interesting. Now, they capitalize Satan here in this portion. Every time they say Satan, they capitalize it. But in the footnote, they say Hebrew Satan, lowercase Satan, means adversary in Hebrew. So, so they're standing before the Lord and Satan, Joshua, the high priest. Satan standing at his right side to accuse him. The Lord said to Satan, "The Lord rebuke you, Satan. The Lord who has chosen Jerusalem rebuke you. Is not this man like a burning stick snatched from the fire?"
I mean, that would be kind of hot. And I mean, you'd definitely burn yourself.
I mean, it would be weird if the dude was just standing there with his head on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now Joshua was dressed in filthy clothes as he stood before the angel. The angel said to those who were standing before him, "Take off his filthy clothes." This seems like a violation of his bodily autonomy. Then he said to Joshua, "See, I have taken away your sin, and I will put fine garments on you." So the clothes thing is actually a metaphor, right?
Right.
Sort of.
Yeah. So this is this is essentially what the death and resurrection of Jesus does in the New Testament, because the death of Jesus, it's said in the New Testament that he takes on the sin of the entire world and everything like that, of like everybody, past, present, and future. So that's his dirty clothes or his body, right? And then when he resurrects, he gets this new body. Where as far as Paul understands it, our resurrection bodies and Jesus's resurrected body were all manufactured. As far as Paul gives us the indication, at least, that these are manufactured bodies, and so like putting this fine garment on you, that's you in this. I can totally see how the early Jewish Christians would have gotten there with this.
Yeah. Then I said, "Put a clean turban on his head." So they put a clean turban on his head and clothed him while the angel of the Lord stood by. The angel of the Lord gave this charge to Joshua. "This is what the Lord Almighty says. If you will walk in obedience to me and keep my requirements, then you will govern my house and have charge of my courts, and I will give you a place among these standing here," which the angels, right? That's who he's talking about, a place amongst the angels. "Listen, high priest Joshua, you and your associates seated before you, who are men of symbolic of things to come." So these are people symbolic of things. He says, "I am going to bring my servant, the branch. See the stone I have set in front of Joshua? There are 7 eyes on that one stone, and I will engrave an inscription on it, says the Lord Almighty, and I will remove the sin of this land in a single day. In that day, each of you will invite your neighbor to sit under your vine and fig tree, declares the Lord Almighty."
Very interesting, because, removing the sin and everything in a single day, that, at least as far as like New Testament stuff goes, that sounds like Jesus's death on the cross. As far as it like happening in a single day, because typically what happens with crucifixion victims at that point in time is they would actually be left on the cross for a time, and then their bodies discarded into like a mass grave or something like that.
Well, removing the sin in a single day is not the day he was crucified. It would have been the day he resurrected. Sin would have been removed when Jesus resurrected, not when he died.
Okay, well, I mean, either way, both events happen in a single day.
No, he's crucified.
He's crucified on one day, and he's taken down, and he's entombed. And then on a separate day, for most of the Gospels at least, with the exception of Luke, Jesus comes back, resurrects, gives some commandments, and then ascends to heaven.
Right, on a different day.
Well, on a different day. I'm just saying, like, whether or not this was supposed to symbolize his death on the cross or the resurrection, both of them happen in a single day. They're different days. It's not like it happens all in one.
I'm so sorry. I misunderstood what you were meaning. I thought you meant they both happened in a single day, meaning they both happened in the same day. I'm sorry. I get what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they do, but the sin wasn't removed until the resurrection.
Okay.
So it would have happened the day he resurrected, because like the day that he's crucified is a very solemn day for the church. Sin is definitely not removed from the land at this time.
Okay.
Which if you grew up Catholic and really were, did all the things that, and you weren't just a C&E Catholic, which those of you who were that know what that means. Christmas and Easter Catholic.
Right.
You're familiar with the church rituals, holidays, ceremonies, all that other stuff, and it's the sin is definitely not removed. Good Friday and Holy Saturday are not happy days, and I feel like if sin was to be removed, they would be happy, right?
I mean, yeah, you would
Plus,
think so.
During this time, Jesus is in hell.
Yeah, supposedly,
according to the stories.
Right.
Well, depending. On which one you read. Okay, so, and I also think it's interesting. There is a lot of there's a lot of symbolic stuff going on here, because you've got the branch again, right? And every time they talk about the branch, they're talking about the Messiah, and here they're saying it's going to be Joshua,
right?
Okay. The removing the sin of the land in a single day. They also talk about that you'll sit under your vine and fig tree, and they've talked about Jesus in that way before too. Right? As far as the fig tree?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the fourth vision. The fifth vision, then the angel who talked with me returned and woke me up. I guess he fell asleep. Then, like someone awakened from sleep, he asked me, "What do you see?" I answered, "I see a solid gold lampstand with a bowl at the top and 7 lamps on it, with 7 channels to the lamps. There are also 2 olive trees by it, one on the right of the bowl and the other it's on the left." I asked the angel who talked with me, "What are these, my lord?" He answered, "Do you not know what these are?" Well, he just fucking asked you. I mean, why do you answer a question with a question?
I don't know.
"No, my lord," I replied. So he said to me, "This is the word of the Lord to Zerubbabel, not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, says the Lord Almighty. What are you, mighty mountain? Before Zerubbabel, you will become level ground. Then he will bring out the capstone to shouts of God bless it, God bless it." Then the word of the Lord came to me, "The hands of Zerubbabel have laid the foundation of this temple. His hands will also complete it. Then you will know that the Lord Almighty has sent me to you. Who dares despise the day of small things? Since the 7 eyes of the Lord that range throughout the earth will rejoice when they see the chosen capstone in the hand of Zerubbabel." And capstone also in this, it can be translated as the plumb line.
Okay.
Various times in the Bible, they refer to plumb line. We've heard it in the past in different episodes. We've talked about the plumb line. Capstone is another translation of that.
Right.
Then I asked the angel, "What are these 2 olive trees on the right and the left of the lampstand?" Again, I asked him, "What are these 2 olive branches beside the 2 gold pipes that pour out golden oil?" He replied, "Do you not know what these are?" Fuck me.
I feel like when he responds, it should be read like, "No.
God,
my lord,
damn it." You damn it. "No, my lord," I said. So he said, "These are the 2 who are anointed to serve the Lord of all the earth."
Okay, so I wanted to input my 2 cents right here.
Okay.
So the 2 who are anointed to serve all of the Lord of to serve the Lord of all the earth. I am fairly certain that these 2 are supposed to be Jesus and John the Baptist, because in Mark's gospel it talks about how like John the Baptist and both John the Baptist and Jesus are like prophesied by the prophets to come. They're also supposed to be like duplicates of the Elisha and Elijah prophets. So I think that's what this is referencing here. This whole I'm saying like early Jewish Christians read this and then was like, "Oh, that's John the Baptist and Jesus."
I mean, yeah, they did a lot of these kind of things when they were looking back to find.
Yeah, because they were busy reinterpreting these scriptures, trying to figure out what God is trying to tell them. And these are supposedly visions and prophecies by God, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if these are visions and and prophecies by God, they have to mean something. And since this is talking about the coming Messiah, and it's obviously talking about God doing away with sin and absolving sins of everybody, it kind of makes, it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so that is the end of the fifth vision. Are you ready to move on to the sixth?
Yep.
This one's a little fucked up.
Okay.
I mean, I guess some of these have
they're
been
all
really
fucked
weird.
up, right?
Yeah. Okay. I looked again, and there before me was a flying scroll. He asked me, "What do you see?" I answered, "I see a flying scroll 20 cubits long and 10 cubits wide." For those who don't measure shit in cubits, that's 30 feet long and 15 feet wide. Or if you're not an imperialist, it's 9 meters long and 4.5 meters wide.
Wow.
It's a big fucking flying scroll.
Yeah, that's like a huge area rug right there.
Yeah, seriously. He said to me, "This is the curse that is going out over the whole land. For according to what it says on one side, every thief will be banished. And according to what it says on the other, everyone who swears falsely will be banished. The Lord Almighty declares, I will send it out, and it will enter the house of the thief and the house of anyone who swears falsely by my name. It will remain in that house and destroy it completely, both its timbers and its stones." So apparently this flying scroll is going to go to every house in the world who has a thief or a liar and will fucking destroy the entire place.
Yep.
From
firebomb
inside,
it.
this big flying scroll.
Yep, they're going to firebomb it.
This is so weird.
Mm-hmm. It's the Bible.
Okay. Here's the seventh vision. I think this one's my favorite. You ready?
Yep.
Then the angel who was speaking to me came forward and said to me, "Look up and see what is appearing." I asked, "What is it?" He replied, "It is a basket." And he added, "This is the iniquity of all of the people throughout the land." That's not vague or anything.
Okay.
I'm not sure why a basket represents that, but all right. Then the cover of lead was raised, and there in the basket sat a woman. He said, "This is wickedness." And he pushed her back into the basket and pushed its lead cover down on it. Bitch, sit down. That part's not in there. That's super weird, but apparently the representation of wickedness is women or a woman.
Right.
Which is a pretty common theme for the Bible, yeah. You know?
Yeah, so I mean, I kind of feel like this is God saying that wickedness is going to be pervasive throughout like Jerusalem and Jewish society, I guess, or maybe throughout the world in general. I don't know.
Well, so let me finish it and it'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay. So he says, "Then I looked up, and there before me were two women, I guess more evil, with the wind in their wings. They had wings like those of a stork, and they lifted up the basket between heaven and earth." "Where are they taking the basket?" I asked the angel who was speaking to me. He replied, "To the country of Babylonia, to build a house for it. When the house is ready, the basket will be set there in its place." So they're taking wickedness to Babylon to live.
Right.
I guess.
Okay.
So they're removing wickedness from Jerusalem
And forcing it upon the Babylonians.
and putting it in Babylon.
Way to go.
So there you go. Now, the final vision. Are you ready for this?
Yep.
And for anybody following along, actually, in the Bible, we're in Zechariah chapter 6. I looked up again, and there before me were 4 chariots coming out from between 2 mountains of bronze. The first chariot had red horses, the second black, the third white, and the fourth dappled, all of them powerful. Dappled horses are spotted?
Yeah.
Spotted horses. Okay. I asked the angel who was speaking to me, "What are these, my lord?" The angel answered me, "These are the 4 spirits of heaven." Spirits can also be translated. In other places, they use winds. If you see from the 4 winds of heaven.
Yeah.
Winds, spirits, same thing here. Going out from standing in the presence of the Lord of the whole world. The one with the black horses is going toward the north country. The one with the white horses toward the west. And the one with the dappled horses toward the south. So I'm guessing the red horses go to the east, but they don't say that. When the powerful horses went out, they were straining to go throughout the earth. And he said, "Go throughout the earth." So they went throughout the earth. This is terrible writing. Terrible. Then he called to me, Look, those going out toward the north country have given my spirit rest in the land of the north, his wind.
Okay. Do you think these could be the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse?
I don't think so.
Okay. Because, I mean, there's a red horse. I think there's a black horse. There's a white horse. What'd you say dappled means?
Dappled is spotted.
Spotted.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's a spotted horse of the apocalypse, but I mean, I definitely know there's the other 3.
I think the point is that God was sending his spirit throughout the whole earth. Like, this was supposed to be assuring. I don't think this has anything to do with the 4 horses of the apocalypse.
Okay.
But I mean, it is pretty vague, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, God is sending them out, and he's saying they've given his spirit rest in the land of the north. So I think it's supposed to be an assurance that the Israelite people, the Jews, will have peace or rest because they've been, oppressed for 70 years in other places.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
It doesn't really, but...
Oh.
Okay, so that was the 8th vision. Now, the word of the Lord came to Zechariah after this. Okay, so this isn't a vision, but technically this isn't a vision, but the word of the Lord came to him and he said, take silver and gold from the exiles, Heldai, Tobijah, and Jedaiah, who have arrived from Babylon. Go the same day to the house of Josiah, son of Zephaniah. Take the silver and gold and make a crown and set it on the head of the high priest, Joshua, son of Jozadak. Tell him this is what the Lord Almighty says. Here is the man whose name is the branch, and he will branch out from his place and build the temple of the Lord. It is he who will build the temple of the Lord, and he will be clothed with majesty and will sit and rule on his throne, and he will be a priest on his throne, and there will be harmony between the two. The crown will be given to Heldai, Tobijah, Jedaiah, and Hen, son of Zephaniah, as a memorial in the temple of the Lord. Those who are far away will come help to build the temple of the Lord, and you will know that the Lord Almighty has sent me to you. This will happen if you diligently obey the Lord your God.
Right. So this particular portion is kind of important as far as like coming into the Messiah of the New Testament. For one thing, Jehozadak means Jehovah justified. So it's Joshua, son of Jehovah justified.
Jozadak?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jozadak.
It's a variant of Jehozadak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that had something to do with like Jehovah or God in general.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, obviously this is a very symbolic name. For one thing, Joshua is actually Yeshua in the original, language here. So it's talking about this Yeshua being named the high priest and talking about how he's going to be called the branch. He didn't say something about being called the East or something like that.
Not in this portion.
Oh, okay. But anyways, he's talking about how this Yeshua is going to build the temple of the Lord. He's going to be clothed in majesty.
Mm-hmm.
And will sit on a throne and rule. So the reason why we think that this is connected to the Messiah of Judaism is because Philo of Alexandria identifies this particular person or this particular figure in Judaism as the Messiah. In fact, Philo identifies this person as actually an archangel and gives him all of these different things like like a high priest and all this other stuff. But the thing is that Jesus Christ, that Paul knows, is called these exact same things as well.
Yes, and in time, Josh, in actual time, as identified by Christians, right,
Mm-hmm.
is about 520 BCE. So this is well before Jesus would have existed.
Right.
Right. But it is interesting because all of the things that you talked about, like the person who would be a ruler and a priest. Plus, you said he would be an archangel. And earlier, I think in chapter 3, it talks about how Joshua will be given a seat among the angels.
Right.
So that tracks with the fact that he would be an archangel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So that's why Philo identified him as such. Oh, I was right. about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Oh, is it supposed to be that?
Well, yeah. Well, sorry, I'm just I was trying to look up the actual dating of Zechariah, which apparently scholars divide up Zechariah because it's written by a few different people. It's either divided up into 2, like first Zechariah, second Zechariah, or sometimes there's even a third Zechariah. But it seems like a fifth or 6th century date is what people put it at. I'm not exactly sure what the evidence is for that, but it has a picture here.
So sorry, BCE or CE?
Oh, sorry, BCE.
Okay,
is what I meant. BCE, not CE. But there's a picture here that says Zechariah's vision of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and it's a painting. So, I mean,
I guess I didn't realize, especially because the author of the Daily Bible talks about how there will be rest, and how this book, not only does it have the Bible, but it also has the author's inputs, apologetics throughout, in brown boxes. So they separate it out. And this 8th vision is supposed to be, according to the author, an assurance that there will be rest.
Well, the rest kind of seems like, what's to come after, like, because, in the apocalypse, there's supposed to be a time of peace.
Mm-hmm.
It's like like 1,000 years of peace or something like that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Sorry. Yes.
Okay. Sorry. I didn't know if I was making any kind of sense, because I remember my apocalyptic stuff from Christianity, but there's supposed to be a certain period of time of peace where peace is going to reign. So it may be talking about that, but the important part here is that people recognize these horsemen as the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So is that it, or do we got more?
Crown for Joshua. That's it.
Okay.
So sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think it's this is like one of those important sections of the Old Testament because it has so many connections to the New Testament in it.
It is clearly used. This is clearly, even though the book of Zechariah is kind of short, it's clearly important when it comes to Christian theology.
Oh, definitely.
Even though this is Jewish scripture,
mm-hmm.
it's important in Christian theology, which is probably why when they did the councils to figure out what was going to be in, Zechariah was included.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so next week on the Bible, we're going to continue in Zechariah. And I think we're actually going to finish it out, and I believe, and there's going to be an inquiry from Bethel, and there's going to be there's going to be no food. They're not going to be eating food.
Oh, no, not food. No food. That's bullshit.
I know. They're going to talk about the essence of religion and, what it's the meaning, what it's for, right?
Right.
And Zechariah obviously is a prophet, so he's going to be talking through, or God's going to be talking through him, and how the forefathers just totally missed the point. They fucking screwed the pooch here, right? So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk some about restoration, and we're going to continue about talking about building the temple and to provide motivation. I think the point here is to motivate the temple workers to complete the temple. And there's a call for true religion, which I think is interesting because a lot of Christians think that they are the one true religion, right? This is the one true God. While the Bible may talk about other gods, he is the one true God, the creator God.
Right.
Yeah. So the one true religion. They're going to talk about some observances and future restoration. So
sounds interesting.
Yeah. We're actually going to finish Zechariah, and we're going to talk a little bit in Ezra. We're going to move into Ezra and talk a little bit about the temple when the temple's completed and what they do after the temple's completed, like immediately following.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. Well, if you heathens want to get more information about all this, then you'll have to tune in next week when we cover it. So I guess we'll see you heathens then. If you will, please go down below and leave us a comment, sorry, about what you thought about today's Bible study. Did you like the 4 horsemen coming up? I didn't expect that, but I probably should have. But let me know down below. Let us know down below in the comments. And while you're down there, why don't you smash that like button and subscribe if you like this kind of Bible study.
And as always, don't forget to stand up and use your voice.
Bye, heathens.
Bye, y'all.